More yeses, less changing, and here is how you do it. Today's topic about how to get more yeses and less no's in your sales conversations is what we're going to talk about here today in the Be the CEO of Your Life live show. Hi, I'm Yvonne Adam of Amaze Yourself, and we help driven business owners to double their revenue. We help you to get more clients guaranteed. If you do not make 30% more revenue, we don't get paid. You want to know how? Book a call with me today. Today, I'm going to talk about something fundamental. I'm going to talk about how you get more yeses without chasing and how to do that. Okay. Now, first of all, what you really need is a service that is the best, an amazing service that you feel really comfortable about, that you are so happy with, that you know is truly solving an issue for your client. And even if you haven't specifically helped a client with this specific problem, you know you've got something good. You know your team is going the extra mile. You know you are going the extra mile. And it's not just enough that you know it. You also need to feel it. You need to embody it. You need to embrace it. You need to commit to it, saying, hell yes, I've got the best offer for my ideal client out there. All right. You need to go into a sales call with that mindset. You really need to feel it like that. And then it gets easier. But that is not enough on its own. And there's a reason why great services don't always sell, and you can fix that too. Now, so when you think you've got the best service and you feel all happy about it, and you're really truly, feeling like this is everybody should get this. Everybody who's my ideal client should get this. Then it still cannot sell. Why? Well, first things first is, and I can't see to stop noticing this. When you have great services, it is not enough that you know that it's great. Your potential clients need to know it's great as well. You need to talk about it. You need to be in the air about it. You need to be on social media. You need to see your potential clients face to face. Everybody needs to know what it is. Okay. Now, what I'm always surprised by is that many clients don't feel like they can talk about openly because who am I? I can't do that. And that's like, going to date someone with a grocery bag on your head and saying, yeah, I'm not going to show myself. Then how do people know who you are and how to connect with you, right? So you really, really need to showcase yourself. The other thing that is necessary is when you showcase yourself, you do not talk about what it is you do. And this so often goes wrong. I'm still surprised. You talk about what the results are you are getting your clients, what issues you are solving for them, in what way, how they go from here, point A, where they are now, to here, point B, where they want to be, their future, and how you are getting them to cross that bridge to go from A to B. That is how you talk about your services. You don't say, oh, what we offer you is a 6 month program and it's amazing and you get all these modules and, it's really going to change you. No, they're not there yet. You tell them how you're changing their lives, how you're helping their business make more income, how you're generating for them a pipeline continuously with new leads, week in, week out, how you're helping them to get more revenue, guaranteed. That's what you talk about. How you understand their situation where they at first always plateaued and they're doing great work, but somehow nothing is changing. Their business isn't growing, they aren't scaling. Why? Because they need a new strategy, because they are not focusing on what they should be focusing on, because they're not looking what's changing in their environment. You need to start talking about the results you're getting your client. And if you really want to make your offer irresistible, then talk about your win-win situation. Many business owners, when they talk about their service, it's like a win-lose. Okay? It's not so much about, okay, I'm getting you the results, but I'm getting the money. And when a client has been burned in the past, when they feel a bit anxious, I don't know whether this is going to work, and you do not give any guarantee, there's no win-win situation. They have to trust you. Maybe they have to see how you helped other people's. But if you are certain that what you do is really going to make a difference, then you shouldn't be afraid to give them a guarantee. And if you have a guarantee, then there's a win-win. And with a win-win, it really becomes almost impossible to say no to you. So, how do great services, and I know you've got a great services, how do they sell? You talk about it. You talk about all the benefits for the client. You talk about the problems you're solving. You talk about it with everybody who wants to hear, and on social media, and on the bus stop, and at the school pickup, wherever you can. You make sure that you solve your clients' issues and you talk to them how they go from the issues to a solution and how you take them there. And you create a win-win where they don't go wrong by investing in you because you are guaranteeing that they go right. And you know what? It then becomes really easy for them to get on board. So, what is in an irresistible offer? Well, it all starts with what are the issues that your client is facing? Okay. What do they need from you? And what do they don't care about? And all too often, I am surprised by how little market research clients or my potential clients have done. How few conversations they've held with their ideal clients. So they don't really know what their issues are. They don't really know what solutions they're looking for. And that's why they can't offer it. So, what are the 3 ingredients of an irresistible offer? You know what their issues are. You know the solution they want to, and you can get them there. And think about what I just talked about. You start talking about it to them. If you've done the ideal client interviews, which I always recommend you do, then you also gain not just their insights, you also gain their language. And what do I mean by that? If I ask my client, do you want more money? They can say, yes, please. Do you want more revenue? Do you want more income? Do you want to raise your bottom line? Always to tell people that their business could make more money. But which is the language your client is using? That's a beautiful thing that you get out of client interviews. And what do you get then? You get an ingredient for an irresistible offer. You talk about their problems, you talk about the solutions they want, you talk about how to get there, and you're using their language. All right. Now, another irresistible element of your offer is that you can either bring them comfort, you can bring them speed, you can bring them, of course, the results. But what is it that you're offering? Is it that you do it on their behalf? Is it that you do it so quick that they should be silly not to take it on? What is it that makes them go like, oh, hell yes, of course. That's like a no-brainer. Think about it. Okay? Those are the ingredients to an irresistible offer. And then lastly, but not truly the least, is how do you turn every conversation you have into an opportunity to sell without being salesy? This is something that I get so often asked. Yeah, I went to this networking event, but it was nothing, and it didn't work. And I network a lot, but nothing ever comes from it. I go to all these coffee chats, no client ever comes to me. That tells me that all the other elements we just talked about are not in place. In principle, when you talk about what it is you do, whether it is your neighbor, whether it is the other parent at the school pickup, whether it is your potential client that you have on a sales call, every conversation should be so curious making that they all want you to tell more and in detail. I've got so many examples of this. I was having lunch with a friend. We were just chatting. How's business going? Business is going really well. What are you doing? Well, we have this amazing acquisition system that is going so well that I actually need to stop coaching one-on-one because I can't handle the clients anymore. Tell me more. Do you help clients with that? That's precisely what I do. Tell me more. I wasn't making anything complicated. I wasn't doing a difficult pitch, but I was telling it in a way that people go like, I need more clients. I want that. I want to scale my business. So what is it that you do that make people go like, tell me more? Whether it is a friend, whether it is a cold contact, whether it is a referral, what do you say? So that people go like, okay, yes, I actually, I want to hear more for myself. I've had it again and again and again. Online networking, what do? We help clients get more customers so that they can scale, and we do it on a guarantee basis. If you don't raise your revenue by 30%, we don't get paid. What do you mean? And then you start talking. So, do you have very clear what it is you offer? Are you sure you're telling it from the perspective of the client and their desires? And did you create a win-win situation? Are you using their language? Are you making sure it is solving their issue with their envisioned outcome, and you have a very clear path and framework how to get there? Because people love processes and frameworks. They want to feel like, okay, there's a system in place. I can follow the steps because I understand the steps. Let's do this. And then do you know how to talk about it so that everybody understands it? And you don't feel like you're selling when you're just talking about what it is you do. But you will end up selling because you've got something amazing and you need to tell more people about it. So that is how, in short, you turn more yeses with less changing. You really get people to say yes to you. You stop the, I need to think about it. No, now is not the right time. It's more like, when can I start? How can I pay? That's what you need, and that's what you get. If you want any help with this, please reach out. Like I already said, we help you scale your business. We get you more clients. And if you do not increase your revenue by 30%, we don't get paid. So I look forward to speaking to you soon, and drop me a comment if you have a question.